Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Katie and this is bedtime yoga to help you get better sleep. Grab yourself a pillow today and maybe a blanket to make things extra cozy, and we'll end the practice with our legs up the wall. So find a place that you can do that. If you can't, that's okay. So go ahead and get yourself ready and I'll meet you back on the mat. So come into a comfortable seat here, whatever that looks like for you. Hands can just rest wherever they naturally go to, and when you're ready, you can close your eyes here. Straight away, just tapping into your breath. So find wherever it is in the body and start to follow it. As you breathe in, noticing the swell of your belly, the rise of your chest. You might feel an opening in your throat here. And as you breathe out, feeling your belly shrink again, your lungs getting smaller, your throat closing slightly again. And it's very hard to control the mind with the mind, but what we can control is our breath, and that in turn will help to calm the mind. So really trying to focus your attention, following your breath on its journey in and out of the body. And each time you breathe in, you're taking in peace and relaxation. And each time you breathe out, you're expelling whatever it is that isn't serving you at the moment. And we'll stay here just for a moment, just breathing, just being. You might take a little bit of attention to your jaw here. If it's clenched, softening it. And just undoing all of those tiny little muscles around your mouth and around your eyes to relax your facial muscles. Draw your shoulders down if you can and lengthen your spine. Awareness coming back to our breath now, just for a few more cycles. We'll move into some neck stretches here, so you can keep your eyes closed, or if you need to take a peek at the video, that's fine. Bring your right ear over your right shoulder, starting to feel that opening up through the left side of your neck. And keep the connection to your breath, noticing how your inhalation helps to deepen the stretch here along the neck. And just tapping into that sensation that you're feeling, using it like an anchor to keep your mind here with your body. Breathe in now to gently lift your head back to center. And as you exhale, left ear comes over left shoulder. Feeling that stretch along the right side of your neck. Next breath in, lifts your head back to neutral. And then this time take your face towards the ceiling. So we're just looking up, opening up the front of the throat as we do so. Still sending that breath all the way to the belly, filling your lungs. And then as you exhale, start to look down towards the floor, stretching through the back of your neck. Take your head back up to neutral now, and we'll make circles with the nose. So you might start small, and then gradually make that circle bigger, working through that crunchiness of the neck, helping to release any tension. And if you find a point that feels extra tight, it might feel good just to pause and linger there. We'll switch directions now, drawing those circles in the opposite way. And now when you're ready, take your head back into a neutral position and just think about opening your eyes. Don't do it yet. When you're ready, start to gently lift your eyelids and let the light back in again. From here, you can take your right leg out, stretch it out, and bring the sole of your left foot into that right thigh. If this needs a little bit of support, you can place your pillow or cushion in underneath, and then start to rotate to look over your extended leg. Let an inhalation lift your arms and grow your spine a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, hinging forward at the hips to bring your hands down wherever they land on that right leg. Finding your breath again here. So don't worry about how this pose looks. We're just focusing on how it feels. And just like we can't control the mind with the mind, we can't control the body with the body. We can control the body with breath. So each inhalation helps to lengthen your spine and expand through your chest. And then as you exhale and your lungs are empty, you might be able to bring your nose a little bit closer to your knee. We'll stay here, feeling those sensations, following your breath, and just gently stopping whatever thoughts are coming into the mind. And come back here to the pose. With time, the body might invite you to go a little bit deeper. It's just waiting for that invitation. And if it doesn't come, that's okay. But if it does, with your exhale, you might be able to sink a little bit lower. We'll think about coming up. When you're ready, use your inhalation to take you back to center. We'll switch legs, so this time your left leg is coming out, sole of the right foot comes in to the top of the left thigh. Inhaling again to lengthen, rotate towards that left leg, and as you exhale, dropping the hands down wherever they land. Taking a while now to settle into the pose on this side. And we're approaching the pose at in a very passive way, so not using any physical force. Gravity is doing the work and your breath is assisting. Each inhalation gently straightens your back, and each exhalation allows your nose to sink a little lower. And now, thinking about coming back up, use your breath in to gently lift you, and then we'll take both legs back out long. Shake them off here, and we'll make our way into downward facing dog. So you can move nice and gently. Bring your feet back behind you, hands out in front. Spread your fingers nice and wide and press into your finger pads here. Toes can curl onto the mat, and then start to drag your hips up and back as you straighten out your legs. Tailbone points towards the ceiling. Release your head towards the mat so you find some length through your spine. Knees can stay bent, but at the same time we're trying to drop the heels towards the mat. And they don't have to connect here. Find your breath again. Start to follow it and notice how it feels different in the body now that we're in a different pose. We won't stay here for too long. And if you watched the video to calm your mind, you might remember that a good way to calm your mind is to come into an inversion. So poses where your hips are higher than your head. And this allows all of the blood to flow down towards your brain, which has a really calming effect on the mind. So a good way to set ourselves up for a good sleep. Take a big breath in here now, filling the entire body, and as you exhale, allow your knees to come back down to the mat. Start to pick yourself up, and then you can take your legs out in front so you're sitting on the mat. So from here we'll come into a reclined pose. This is where you can take your pillow and have it ready to rest your head and shoulders on. Then mindfully now start to make your way back down to lie on your back and bring the soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to just drop towards the edges of your mat. Options here to support the hips and the knees would be to place some cushions in underneath your knees here, or move your feet further away from you to make the stretch less intense. Arms can just rest alongside your body with your palms facing up. Or you might prefer to open up through the armpits here and extend your arms up past your head. Whatever feels natural. And we'll stay here for a few moments. Just observing the breath, observing the sensations in the body. There's nothing here for you to do, nothing to be, nothing to become. Just marinating in the pose here. Gravity doing the work and your breath assisting. And as you're here, checking back in on that jaw. We're often clenching it and we don't realize. So if that's the case, loosen it up again. Relax your facial muscles. Make your shoulders and your head heavier. And just allow everything to drop. Take one more long breath in and prepare yourself to slowly bring your knees back towards each other. So you can use your hands here to help carry the legs back up. And then have your feet about hip distance apart or wider and drop both knees over to one side. Finding that twist in your body, breathing into it. Next inhalation lifts the knees back up and exhale to drop them to the opposite side. And then lifting knees back to center. We'll take it into happy baby pose here. So bring your knees towards your chest and then open them up so they're wider than your torso. Arms come in between your legs and then reach your hands either to grab your shins or they might grab the inside or outside of your feet here. Knees press in towards the armpits and the soles of your feet are parallel to the ceiling. So just channeling your inner happy baby here. Another really good pose just to help settle everything down. Noticing how happy baby is affecting the body. Has it brought in new sensations? Has it made your breath feel different? You can stay still here in your baby, or you might gently rock side to side to massage through your lower back here. Dropping your shoulders back towards the mat here if they've lifted off, and feel the heaviness of your head again. We'll take one more breath. And then exhale. You can release the grip from your feet, bring them back to the mat, and just let everything reset here for a moment. You might let your knees drop in towards each other, palms facing up, breathing. From here, we're going to take it to the wall and bring our legs up the wall. So if you don't have a space to do that, you can just come on into Savasana here, just lying on your back or finding a comfortable way to rest. Otherwise, we're going to make our way towards the wall. You can bring your pillow with you. So to come into this pose, get yourself as close to the wall as you can, facing sideways. And then nice and gently start to pick your feet up and relax your head down on your pillow. So once you've come into the pose, you can just let the sound of my voice guide you here. You can take a second pillow or your blanket and place it in under the hips here for some extra support if this doesn't feel as good as it could. Taking a breath again, relaxing, feeling everything becoming heavy. There's lots of great advantages of bringing the legs up the wall, and it's a really good way to calm down, set ourselves up for some peaceful sleep. We'll stay here for the next few minutes. We're going to end our practice here. But before we do that, we'll move into a very gentle breathing exercise. We'll inhale as we normally do, but then aim to make your exhalation longer. So you might breathe in for the count of 4 and breathe out for the count of 6. And this acts as a natural sedative for the body. It increases our CO2. So really helping us to unwind and prepare for bedtime. So keep following your breath. The pose is doing the work here. Your body is relaxing. Your mind is calm. And if your mind has drifted into the future, or if it's dipped back into the past, bring it back here, find your sensations, notice your breath. You can stay here for as long as you can, and as long as you need to. When you're ready to come back, just moving really mindfully to try preserve some of this peace and the calmness that you've created within yourself. And thank you so much for practicing with me. For now, namaste, and see you soon.